Okay, here we are. We are live. All right, had to just struggle to get my chair pulled into spot. Okay, so we're live, and we got some issues today. Jeez, these people never cease to amaze me in some of the forums and some of the Facebook groups and so on. Never cease to amaze me, but. What we're testing is Schott, S-C-H-O-T-T. Is that how you pronounce it? So that's who made this leather vest. And New York, made in these United States of America. And this one is a little bit just a little bit snug on me. I've had it for, geez, forever. And I have put on a little bit of weight, I guess, over the years, but it still fits. I can still wear it. It's not terribly tight. It's just a little bit tighter than when I bought it. So can you wear something like this with the gold stunner and the FOPE? Is that out of line? As a matter of fact, I'm going to unbutton this just because I can. And I'll tell you, this is a well-made vest. They don't fool around. They use some decent leather, decent heavy buttons, decent detailing on the buttonholes, everything very well made. So that gives me a little more breathing room especially when I'm sitting down, to just unbutton the puppy. So what do you think? Can you wear a vest, something like this, and a safari shirt, casual attire, heavy duty casual attire, and wear a dress watch? We've talked about this before. Again, I'm experimenting with the concept of this being my one and only wear all the time watch. What do we think about that possibility? Let me see if I can get the comments up here on my, got to go back this way, go this way. That's not working. Okay, go back this way, get this to refresh. Here we go. Now I got it back up. What do we think about that possibility? Okay, so comments. Pause that. Okay, so at least I got it up here. Okay, so so what do you think, folks? What do you think? Can you do that? Stig in the house. Good evening, and everybody. Notification came out very early. Seems to work fine. Kyle is in the house. Hey. Kyle has a stunner, a new stunner, that 41 mil, that 41 mil, oh, I don't have my H2O. I got to get my H2O. Sorry. Stand by, folks. I got to get my H2O. I have to have my H2O. Okay. Gotta have my H2O handy. All right, so what do you guys think? Okay, so Kyle got that stunner. Pull this up a little more here. Okay. Kyle got that 41 mil Submariner stunner, and we would like to see more of that. Absolutely, we'd like to see more of that, and we want to hear more about it. We want the news. Lance is in the house, and I want to hear how comfortable that is on wrist. How does it compare to his other watches? It's still, they did improve the case. I'll give them that, but it's still pretty slab-sided and so on, so I want to hear about the comfort factor on that. Eduardo's in the house. He says, what's up? And again, Stig's hanging around. He's saying hello to everybody. Wait till that FOPE gets some wear. It'll look great with that vest. Real pirate looking. Haha. So it's still very shiny. Yeah, still very shiny. Not much patina on it yet. are you selling the diver, Logan, only to a subscriber? If a subscriber decides they want it, I will talk to them direct, and we will talk turkey. But it's not advertised on any of the forums or on eBay or anywhere else. On Kono24, it's nowhere. Nowhere to be found. I would talk to a subscriber because that would then force my hand. I would have to wear the 002 all the time then, which would actually be kind of cool, I think. I think it'd be kind of cool to wear the 002 all the time. What do you guys think? After all, life is too short, right? To not wear a stunner at all times. What do you think about that? Eduardo says, Craig looks straight out of Jurassic Park. There you go. Craig, I don't think you should sell the 231 because having one is better than not having one. Kyle in the house. Yeah, but here's the problem. If I don't sell the 231, then I'll wear it. I wear it most of the time. I have to be honest. I wear it most of the time. And so I will never do the experimentation of wearing the 002 all the time. It just ain't going to happen if I own the 231. So the only way to force that experimentation to happen is for the 231 to go down the road. It's the only way to force that issue. Let's see. Kyle says, hey, Stig, yes. Hey, Chipperoo, there you go. Carlos in the house. Well, I'll tell you, it's getting a little bit chilly here. And wearing the leather vest does add a little bit of warmth, just a little bit of additional warmth. And it feels nice. I like a nice leather. I like a nice, this just has a nice feel to it. I think it's goat skin. Not 100% sure, but it's got that nice texture to it. I didn't ask at the time that I got it. I just liked the look of it. And so, yeah. But they made some good stuff. I think they still do. I think they still... let me pull up the picture here on my Flickr. I think they still make some stuff in the U.S. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Schott? How do you pronounce this operation? But anyway, I'll pull it up here, the photo. And I think they still make some items in these United States. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the chat. But this is the maker. Now, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they also make some stuff overseas now. Now, this particular vest was made in the United States of America, but I never would be surprised if some of these brands wouldn't, offshore some of their production. But maybe some folks can chime in and let us know what's happening on these days. But I did add the pictures to my Made in USA. I took several items out of storage here recently, including this. I had boxed away, stuff that I don't wear this anymore, so I put some stuff in boxes. In one of the boxes I had my Lucchese's, my alligator Lucchese's. I think, what's that color called? Cognac. I think they're called cognac. It's like a medium, like a lighter brown, like a different color of brown, which I bought initially to wear with khakis. And then I wore them some with khakis, but then I stopped doing it. And then I boxed them away together with some other stuff, together with this. This was in the same box. And I dropped them off with a cobbler friend of mine who's cleaning them up and kind of just going through them. He's not doing any major work to them or anything. He's just cleaning them up and getting them ready for use again. And I'm going to possibly start using those again. And I'll probably do a video about them because they're really, really nice. They were from San Antonio also, the original factory. So it's worth it to do a video on those. I checked, a comparable pair today is about $5,000. So that was pretty interesting. Carlos is in the house. He says, hello, Craig and all. Stig says, Craig, have you done a time check on the 231 lately? Is it still spot on? Let's do a time check. Let's check it here. No, I have not. To answer your question, I have not. Let's see if we can find the website where I can find the time. The time. What website did I use for that? Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here. I'll pull the website up. Oh, shoot. World clock, where is the world clock? Having trouble finding it right now. Time clock. Maybe time.gov, is that where we do it? Okay, we'll use time.gov. Okay, so here's time.gov. And I can't do a side-by-side. Well, I can. Let's see. There's a picture-in-picture here. See if this works. No. It's not working. Okay. All right, so I don't know how to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to flip back and forth to really check this. So the Eastern time is 5:12:07. It's coming up on 5:12:10. 5:12. Okay, boom, and there's that. Okay, so we're at 5:12 and coming up on 30 seconds, and I'm going to cut to it right when it's at 30 seconds. I'm going to cut, boom, and that says 12:29. So yeah, it's oops, I'm sorry, I cut to the wrong thing. Okay, it's real close. All right, so here we are at what I'm going to do is when the official time is 5:13, I'm going to cut to the watch. When the official time is 5:13, straight up, I'm going to cut to the watch. Watch very closely here, folks, as I do this. Bam. So it looks like the watch is like 2 or 2.5 seconds fast. Looks like it to me. So, yeah, I would say it's still doing really good. That watch is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see. Kyle says the sub is really good. I'm super happy with it. I will call in next week with an update. I'll email you so we can set a date. Okay, sounds great. And Lance says, have you got any snow yet in Maryland? Just little flurries here and there. Carlos says, Kyle, great move with the sub and the Cameron. I understood people loving the Cameron, but too much for me. New sub is superb. There you go. Yeah, and if the Cameron's too big for Carlos, then you know it's too big for most people. Kyle's in the house. Brett and I are going to Texas next week. Maybe we can call in while we are there. Absolutely. We love Texas. Gotta love Texas. Got to love Texas. Freedom lovers love Texas. So I got to talk about this idiot. I post a video. I have a video for Brown's Liquor and Deli, and one of our sponsors, and it's got like 130,000 views on Facebook. And I from time to time reshare it. And the video's from 2017, you understand. It's from 2017. And from time to time I reshare it just to help promote them. And I reshared it into this Facebook group that's about local dining in local restaurants and stuff like that. I share it into there. And so this mask hole immediately comments, "Oh, this is terrible. Nobody's wearing masks," you know. And then people came in and said, "Hey, the video's from 2017. You know, masks weren't exactly a thing then, you know. In other words, ease up, you know, type of thing, right?" They were trying to be nice, and you know, they didn't straight up call him an asshole. But then he kept pushing it. He kept pushing the thing. And then he starts attacking me and so forth, saying, you should have done another video with everybody wearing masks. You know, you shouldn't use this video where nobody was wearing masks and all this stuff. You know, masks. Oh, boy. These people, some of these people are just are not well. They just have serious issues. Oh, boy. What can I say? Let's see. And here's the thing. Even if the video was contemporary, even if the video was just done, and the people making the sandwiches and all weren't wearing masks, right, in the video, and they're clearly more than 6 feet away from anybody, right? She's just sitting there making a mask. Nobody was near her, right? For purposes of making the video, I would rather have them not wearing masks. I don't want it to be dated material. I want it to be, you know, an evergreen video that could be used 5 years from now, right? Hopefully, my God, hope people aren't going to be wearing masks 5 years from now. I mean, you know, what in the hell? I mean, the guy can decide, okay, I don't want to go there because people aren't wearing masks, but to publicly like get all bent out of shape because people aren't wearing masks in a silly promotional video. These people are nuts. I hate to say it. These people are absolute psychos. All right, enough on that subject. Let's see. I'm not able to read the date clearly without reading glasses with the Cyclops anyway, says Carlos. Carlos is in my boat where we need glasses these days to read things, little things. Our Wags is in the house. Kyle has 2 stunners, a Rolex sub on wrist, and his girlfriend Leslie. That's a double hitter. Well, yeah, duh. I mean, obviously the guy's got good judgment. You know, and here's the thing. That's the other thing I've noticed. A lot of these people don't have very good judgment. Have you guys noticed this, or is it just me? Let me know in the chat. Have you guys noticed this? I'm looking at things like the watches people are posting and some of the forums and stuff like that. And I have to say that a lot of these people do not have very good judgment and do not have very good taste. What is going on with these people? Please let me know in the chat. Am I an outlier here? Is this just something that I'm seeing, or is it for real that people are a lot of people have some issues? Let me know, folks. Am I just that old guy that says, get off my lawn, or is there something to this? Is there something to this? Blue says, Kyle has made it. Yeah, I guess so. Our Wags Blue, thank you. Leslie is a stunner for sure. And a classy lady. And a classy lady. Yes. Let's see. Lance is in the house. You don't have to worry about shoveling snow in Panama. We got a lot of snow here in Connecticut. There you go. Well, with global warming, hopefully that'll go away. Hopefully in a couple years or so, it'll be like summertime year-round there. You won't have to worry about snow. Carlos is in the house. Lance, you still have the indentured servitude position open if you want to work in Panama's jungle. There you go. Our Wag says, hi, Bluesy. Okay. Kyle in the house. We all have it made here. We get to talk about luxury items in this chat several times a week. Our Wags in the house. Chip, do all your exes live in Texas? No, they don't, but hopefully we'll all move there. Or actually Florida. I lump Florida and Texas both together as places where freedom-loving people go. So, now, just like Texas, Florida has a few metropolitan areas that are going to the psychos, but for the vast majority of the state, it's still level-headed, decent people. Let's see. Carlos, I never had a Cameron in my wrist. Then my feeling is not fact based on Craig's expects in this channel. That's right. We want the real information here. We want the straight skinny here. See, Kyle's actually had one on his wrist, so he knows. Kyle, would you move to Texas? I think he was considering it at one point. I'd rather than move to Sarasota. That way when I go down there, we could hang out. Bloomberg's in the house. I'm watching you from Ukraine, Craig. Love your gold watch. Looks like you are in the club. Wish you all the best. Well, thank you very much. There's the gold stunner. There's the 002 gold stunner and the FOPE on wrist. Let's get a close-up of the 002 on wrist. Stunner alert. And let's I'm going to take the FOPE off or show you how easy it is to do. And let's get it next to the 002 as a side by side here. How's that? How's that, folks? Is that pretty wild? See, I wouldn't want a bracelet like this that you had to undo the clasp and reclasp it and all that nonsense, and plus that would be just something to fail. These, by all accounts, are very robust. They hold up really well. I mean, they're guaranteed for life, so yeah. Let's see. I mean, no reading glasses here. Yeah, I'm in denial most of the time when I'm out and about and around the place here. I'm usually not wearing my spectacles, and so that's where the 231 really comes in handy. I can read that very easily without any glasses on my head. Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. And R. Wag says, Carlos, reminder, Craig has an accuracy rate of 99.6%. By the way, Bitcoin had a little pullback today, and a lot of the short-term thinkers are panicking. They're in a state of panic. We're back down in $18,700 range, and a lot of them are in a state of panic. A lot of the short-term thinkers don't know what to do. Hoffman's Market. No, this video was for Brown's Liquor and Deli, which is in Frederick, down near the fairgrounds. Very similar to Hoffman's Market, but a bigger place. And they have more selection, and they are also a liquor store. Hoffman's Market does not sell liquor. So, but still, very similar, mom and pop place, very good sub sandwiches. They also sell pizza, which Hoffman's Market doesn't sell. So they just have more selection. It's a bigger operation. They have a drive-in window. It's pretty cool. Brown's Liquor and Deli. Pretty freaking cool place. Kyle says, and by the way, 75% of her business is the deli business, the sandwiches, the deli items, all that stuff. That's 75% of her business, not the liquor, which is kind of wild because liquor is usually a high profit, right, part of your business. But she still does 75% of her business in the deli. All the jobbers come there at like 5 o'clock in the morning and get their breakfasts and all that stuff, and they come there for lunch, and they start at like 3 in the morning. All the ladies that work in there start doing their thing, and then they're at it. They're on it all day. Excuse me. That's rude. So anyway, Kyle's in the house. He says, Kevin, that is actually why we are going. I have to see some different parts of Texas. We are going to Corpus Christi. It is on the beach in South Texas. I've only been to Dallas. Yeah, Kyle, I toured a lot of places before I decided to buy the place in Sarasota, Florida. The problem with Texas is the weather is not as good there in the winter as it is in Sarasota. It's better in Sarasota. It's sunny every day, 60 to 70 degrees. This is in the wintertime now. Light breeze. In Texas, it tends to be windier in some places, and not as, even if you go all the way down to Brownsville, I think, which is the furthest south part, it's not as warm typically on the average winter day as it is in Sarasota. So the weather is clearly better in Sarasota. It's just a gorgeous freaking area. So I would highly recommend that you check out Sarasota before you make a final decision what you're going to do. Logan's in the house. Mr. Shipp, can I send you an email with 3 pictures? I can't decide which Grand Seiko to get. Absolutely you can. It's my name, CraigShipp@gmail.com. CraigShipp, CraigShipp @gmail.com. Send it over and let me know when you've sent it, and we will take a look live on the show. R. Wags is in the house. Kyle Jett, you will love Corpus Christi. There you go. He's voting for Corpus Christi. Lance says, sent a link to an interesting Seamaster. We'll look at that. Kyle, for some reason, I have my Corpus Christi on the list of places to visit. I hope to be there then. Okay. Masks. Why would anyone wear it? Derek in the house. A lot of people have been convinced that that's like going to save mankind, as if everybody wears masks, although just about everywhere they've worn masks, it hasn't really slowed anything down. So I think this thing spreads the way it's going to spread. I don't think masks, matter of fact, I think masks give a lot of people a false sense of security. I think it could be a problem. Let's see, Blue, I've been around mostly listening or watching Craig on the replay. Eduardo says, speaking about good judgment, any of you guys have recommendation for cigars? Now, I'm not a cigar smoker, but I'm sure somebody in here will. R-Wags, have you been? It looks good. Carlos, when are you going? I'll be there from 17th to the 21st. Carlos, no plans yet. I'm in the next 50 years, I hope. You better get down there and wait for him, Kyle. He'll be along. R-Wag says, yes, my grandparents live close to Corpus Christi. I think that's my favorite of all around Texas, larger city on the water. There you go. Great, I'm excited to see it. Thanks. Wags, that feedback about Corpus Christi, put it on the next 5 years. Derek, I visited Sweden a couple of weeks ago. No masks. It is just such a relief to look at people's faces. A great city, Carlos. Stig, can I come? Where do you live? Derek, are you in Sweden? Derek, Wyoming, same thing. Craig, is your FOPE standard size? It's quick, large. It is large, and I think it's 8 millimeters. I do have a page on my site that gives all the specs on the Area Guide site, and I'll show it to you here again. But let me check the email real quick so we don't get behind. And then I'll show you where you can find the specs. Okay. I'm going to look at this Omega first. Omega. Well, there you go. Yellow, gold, and steel. But, yeah, but not that much yellow gold because the bracelet's missing. The bracelet doesn't even have any gold in it. So, yeah, it's okay. It's an all right watch. I don't know that I'd be super excited about that one. All right, let me see if I can find the FOPE article. Here it is. I had it in the tab. Okay, so if you go to areaguides.com/FOPE, you'll find this article. If you go to areaguides.com and search the blog, you'll find this article. And it has the specs right here. Mine is 36.30 grams or 1.280 ounces. It is the large size, and it is 8 millimeter in diameter. So those are the specs on the one that's on my wrist as we speak. Let's see. My gold guy in LA just got in a 5 millimeter Franco bracelets weighing 37 grams of 22 karat gold, all for 2,900 USD. So that's 37 grams. It's a little more than mine, okay, in weight. 2,900 USD. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see the picture of it and see what it's like. I mean, again, I don't like a bracelet with the clasp and all that nonsense. I like the design of these. Just to, put on and off and all. It's just really convenient. So, yeah, everything's going to be different, and everything's going to have a different amount of labor. That you're really paying for the labor. You're not paying for the gold, because even in that case, 2,900 for 37 grams of gold is not a good deal, right? Gold is cheaper than that. So, Trashy Larry, evening, Carlos. How's your Rolex hunting? Okay. As Brown's Liquor and Deli are sponsoring the show, I feel that I have to Skype in. Okay, absolutely. Let me make sure Skype is working. Then I got to get caught up. I'm way behind here. All right, yeah, Skype is ready. It is ready. So let's see. Kyle Jet, currently 70 degrees and sunny in Corpus Christi. Currently 56 degrees in Sarasota. Gotcha, Chip. Well, yeah, but you got to look at the averages. That's what you got to do. You got to look at the averages. Let's see. And remember, they're about an hour behind, too, I think. So there's that, right? Sun's probably already been down longer in Sarasota, and so it's cooled off. So there you go. Colin House, I will have to make my way over to Sarasota as well. I've been to Miami and Fort Lauderdale and liked both. Yeah. I think you'll find Sarasota to be a little classier than those places. So, yeah, our wags with the weather report. Eduardo, I'm still saving up. I want to get a pre-ceramic Submariner date. I did buy an Omega a few months ago, so it will probably be a while till I can get a Rolex. Yes, we remember the Omega. Derek, you have a lot of ICM there. That is much powerful place than in the Wimpy's. Okay. Lance was about to vote my wrench in. Thanks, bud. Trashy Larry. Pardon, cigars are the way to go, in my opinion. Padron. Padron. Cigars. There you go. There's your cigar tip. What happened to the Datejust? I feel that a Datejust suits you best, in my opinion. All right, Kyle Jet. I prefer the Atlantic Ocean side of Florida. Chip is right about Sarasota if you like the Gulf side. See, I love the sunsets on at Siesta Beach. The sunsets are just gorgeous. And I'm not a morning guy, so I wouldn't be getting up for the sunrises, right? So that probably ain't going to happen. Derek's in the house. Craig, I was thinking you're doing a show on day dates. When? We did some day date shows, and you didn't show up. I'm really disappointed in you, Derek. We did specific day date oriented shows, and you didn't show up. We were all wondering where you were. Any particular, I prefer the light to medium. Okay. Never been to the Gulf side, but like to see it. Agreed, not enough gold. Okay, Cuban. There's the Cuban cigar, I guess. I think the new Omega C. Oh, hold on. Carlos is calling in. Let me answer this. Hold on. Let me get my earbuds so I can listen to you. Let me see here. Speaking of weather, let's see what the weather's like down in Panama. It looks like it's okay.
Hello, Craig. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, do you pretty much get the same weather year round? You're close to the equator, right?
Yes, we are north degrees north. That is pretty much the same all the year around. The difference is that we have, I would say, around 7 months of rainy season. That we have some rain, some of the months a lot of rain, and like 4 or 5 months of dry season that is marvelous. It's something that you really want to dream of, and
So
is what
that's the
we
same
are
thing.
starting
That's
that.
the same thing in Sarasota, where they have the winter time is their dry time, where they get very little rain, and then all
I
summer.
understand Sarasota should be in winter cooler than this.
Yes, cooler.
Here, basically, we have the same temperature all the year around,
Yeah.
and the difference is that we have rain or not rain. That
Now,
is basically the difference.
when you have the rainy season, is it mainly like a thunderstorm, like about the same time every day, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's done, or is it rain all day long?
Yes, pretty much it's like that. Instead of sometimes when you in US have the news about the hurricanes, before that, about 1 week before, we have more like rain during the whole day, but less rain. The thing is that usually all the hurricanes start on this latitude, but they start growing towards to the north.
Yeah, yeah. So your typical rainy season, you'll just be kind of hot and humid, and then late in the afternoon you'll have a thunderstorm.
Uh, we can have a thunderstorm at any time. At any time. Usually, if you look at Panama weather, usually on the rainy season, you see like a thunderstorm every day,
Hmm.
and you are pretty sure that at any time of of the city or of the area of the region, you will have a thunderstorm on that day. But usually, it's like 30 minutes,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe a bit more, but usually huge rain. To give you an idea, here I drain a lot of water from the pool. I notice it because the chemicals and the salt and everything that I pour on the water, I can change. To give you an idea, on the I would say that from October to November or September to November, I might have here as many rain as the water in the pool, and it's a
Okay.
big. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
it's different thing. It's different thing.
And is it usually year round? The is the humidity pretty high year round?
It's pretty high. I would say from April, May till December. Yeah.
Okay.
From December to April, May is marvelous. It's a place that if you like dry weather and not very humid, is great. But
Yeah.
honestly, October and November usually are more heavy,
Yeah. Yeah.
more heavy
Yeah.
because you have the same temperature. Usually, usually here the minimum is 26 Celsius and a maximum of 32 Celsius. I don't know the Fahrenheit, but it's the same all the year around, and it's a big difference between the rainy and the dry season.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds nice. The thing I like about Sarasota is it is, cooler in the wintertime. It's like usually 60 to 70 degrees each day. Uh, it's sunny, so even if it's 60, even if the high is 60 degrees, it still feels warm because it's very sunny every day. And so, you can still wear clothes, and you don't always have to just be in a swimsuit, right? I mean, you can go out to dinner and dress nice, and it's comfortable. So that's what I like about Sarasota in the wintertime. Now, in
Yes,
this,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. I know a lot that area, not that much Sarasota, but more about the Tampa area, Clearwater, St. Petersburg.
hmm
That area is absolutely nice. It is a place that, in my opinion, would be perfect, but you have high taxes there.
well, but you don't have income tax, state income tax at least.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, the whole country of the United States of America has high taxes. Period.
yes, definitely, definitely, and yeah, I love US, but it's too expensive to live there, or at least for me, at least, is much better to visit it from time to time than to living there. But
Yeah,
definitely, Florida is nice, Sarasota is nice, that area is nice, and and the weather is nice. And yeah, it's true that Panama weather sometimes you feel a bit overwhelmed by the humidity and the thing, and the fact is that nevertheless Panama is not, or despite that Panama is not an island, sometimes you feel like an island because really there is no connection with Colombia,
hmm
and the connection with Costa Rica is really hard.
gotcha.
Then the thing is you have to travel a bit.
Yeah. All right, we have a couple more comments to deal with here, real quick. Eduardo says, Craig, you're right. Your FOPE has more labor as the other bracelet is machine made. And Derek says, I don't pay attention to lockdown. I think we are open, but I don't wear any masks or put any stock in any of these games. I need vacations, though, but I can't travel right now. And then Logan sent an email. We'll check that when we finish with Carlos. And Kevin says, Eduardo, I like the Padron 1926 medium smooth. I guess he's talking about cigars there. Carlos, are you there? Yes. Well, he just disappeared briefly. We lost your video feed, but now it's back. Okay. And Lance says, I've been to Sarasota before. It has very beautiful beaches and the weather is great, says Lance. Eduardo's in the house. Eduardo says, Craig, ask Carlos about the bugs down there. What's the status on the bugs?
Only
Bugs. He's asking about bugs.
box
Bugs.
box the pizza.
Like mosquitoes,
Uh,
things like that.
no, well, the thing is, I live very close to the jungle.
hmm
I live in a gated community,
hmm
and we have a lot of fumigation and a lot of service about that. Usually, we don't have any kind of problem about that, but I assume that if we will not have that service, the situation could be worse.
Yes.
In fact, this was a big problem on the Panama Canal construction and things.
Yeah.
But now you are not feeling, you don't have any
They
problem.
control it well where you are. It's the same thing in Florida. That in the area where I was, the resort where I was, they managed it real well. And I can only speak for the wintertime because that's the only time I was down there. It just wasn't a problem. Now at night, if I was playing tennis at night, and then we would take a break in between matches or something and sit and kind of talk, you might have an occasional mosquito bite. But if you were playing tennis and in motion at night, it was not an issue at all, and it wasn't even that much of an issue when you would sit down. But occasionally you would get a mosquito bite in that kind of a situation, but during the day, not at all. I will say when I was at the Everglades, we went down to the Everglades, and when we would go in the shade, it would be like all of a sudden they're like all on you. I mean, it's like you
Yeah.
needed to keep really moving along, like you're hiking on some of the pathways and stuff like that. You had to keep really moving along, otherwise they would feast on you. But if
Yeah,
you were out in the
definitely.
sun, they weren't there. I guess they don't like coming out in the sun. But there, if you went in the shade, all bets were off. So I think it depends on where you are and the circumstances as to whether or not you're going to get devoured or not.
Yeah,
Our
but I think that that is all around the world. I think
Yeah.
that that happens everywhere. And the thing, if you are in an area with a lot of mosquitoes, you use the green off thing to
Hmm.
repel,
Yeah.
and that's it, and no problem.
Yeah. Now, Rwags has a question for you. Carlos, don't you get tired of the same weather year round? Maybe I'm crazy, but I look forward to the different seasons. I love a white Christmas. That's from Rwags.
Yes, Airworks, you are very right. Yes, to me will be very difficult to live here all the year around. And as I was telling before, sometimes or I have the feeling that this is a kind of an island, and the solution is to travel.
Yeah.
This Christmas, usually on Christmas, I used to travel to Spain and to visit my family. This time, because the fucking virus situation,
Hmm.
I can do it. But yes, definitely it can be hard.
So,
And if you live here, I would recommend to be able to travel from time to time.
so really, you look at that as your base of operations, and then you travel out from there to break it up, and that I think that's an ideal situation. Megan is in the house. She says hi. So she's a little early
Hello,
today.
Megan.
Yeah, she usually doesn't get here till 6 o'clock, but she's a little early today. We
Yeah,
welcome her.
she's early.
And Blue says call in Lamont. He wants Lamont to call in. So we'll see about that. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go. Any more
No, but
for
no,
anything else for us?
I wanted to talk to you about something that I was thinking today, looking at your vest. Uh, I have a kind of indecent proposition.
Okay.
Uh, are you ready, Craig?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. I was thinking that something that would be great,
Hmm.
as you said before, being in Panama, sometimes you feel like you are on an island, you need to travel something. I was thinking that we could plan to do a kind of Route 66 travel of the Range Gang.
Of
I
what?
think that Route
Route
66,
66. Okay.
yeah, with members of the
Wrench
Range
Gang.
Gang.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think that, but we will need some preparation. We will need to leave some mustache, bird, and you already have the bears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and I would take my motor coach so I could travel in
Yeah.
style a little bit on 66.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no motor coach. We
Uh-oh.
need to get a Harley.
A
In
Harley.
fact,
Okay.
I would need to learn how to drive a proper motorbike.
Wait a minute now. You haven't ridden a Harley Davidson?
Never,
Oh
but
my gosh. Do
but
they
I
have them
am
for rent?
ready to do it.
Do they rent them down there in Panama?
No, no, I want to rent it in Chicago
No, no, no,
and
no,
to
no, no. You
go
got to
to.
practice first, Carlos. No, no, no. You got
Okay,
to
okay,
practice
I
first.
will
It's
practice.
it's
I will
something.
practice.
Yeah, you want to rent one down there and practice some, and then yeah, we'll all meet in Chicago. We'll all rent Harleys, and because I don't own one now, and we'll make the Harley trip on 66. Yeah, I'm game. I'm
Yeah.
game for that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. While I grow my beard and my mustache, I think that I can learn
Oh my
how to
gosh,
ride
you
a
that would be
motorbike.
epic. That would be epic. You need a full dress Harley. You need a big one. Full dress Harley. I think that would look great. All right, let's see what else before we. Oh, they want to see your watch. What's
Would you commit to grow long hair and mustache and beard
I don't know how much hair I can grow, but yeah, I'll grow as much as I
as
can.
much as you can?
I'll do the best I can on that. What watch do you have on wrist? Kyle wants to
I
know.
have the doxa.
The Doxa. Well, duh. Of course. All right. All right. Thank you, my friend. It's
No, no,
always fun.
Craig, I am feeling you a bit wimpy about my challenge.
No, we're gonna
Are
do
you
it.
really committed about
No,
it?
I'm in. I've got all the gear and everything. I've got my half helmet. You know, the real Harley riders, they wear a half helmet, just the one, you know, that just covers the top of your head, doesn't cover your ears. So you got to have a half helmet. And yeah, I've got all the gear. And yeah, I can even bring this vest even. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. I'm
And I would like to know about other grants members like Airwax or Tree or
Well,
Booster
we're going to
or
find out how many of
everybody.
these wrench members are for real. We'll find out how many show up in Chicago. Absolutely. That's going to be the
Yeah,
litmus
no,
test.
but definitely, I think that we will have to think about it. And what would you think that would be the best time of the year?
I think we
I
leave
was thinking
Chicago.
about
I think
May.
I think we roll out of Chicago in like early September.
No, September, or what about May? Or May or April? What do you think?
Well, we could, but I think September and October are great times to ride. You don't want it to be too hot when you're riding in the summertime. You know,
Yes,
you
but
want it to be
September and
comfortable.
October was just gone away. I was looking for something closer.
I see. I see. Well, we'll have to talk, man. I mean, maybe a spring ride if they get all these things worked out. But yeah, I'm game. We'll figure this out. I think Kyle would.
I think that we have to do a lot of shows preparing the thing and looking about the real people from the Rents gang or other people that would like to join, and would be a blast.
We're
That
going to
thing.
find out how many of them are for real. Absolutely. That's what we're going to find
Yeah.
out. All right, we're going to let you go, and then I got to check the email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cheers, Craig.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Cheers. That's right. All
Bye.
right. Carlos from Panama. That's the way that works. All right. All right. He wants to do a Harley trip on Route 66, the famous Route 66. Let's see here. Okay, Logan sent the Grand Seiko pictures. We're going to pull these up. All right. That is a stunner. Okay, so we got one stunner. Let's see what else we got here. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's an absolute stunner. Do they have that in stock? If they have that piece in stock, I think that would be the way to go. Let's see what else. Oh, definitely definitely this one with the rice bracelet. That was a limited edition piece. If he's got that in stock, I would grab that puppy. You better confirm with Steve that he's got it in stock, because those aren't easy to get. That would be, there's not even, oh, I'm not showing it. I'm sorry. I wasn't showing them. Okay, so here are the options. Okay, this one, and this one. And I say it's not even a close call. If you can get it, that's the big word, if, I'd grab this one. The other two, it's a coin toss of whether or not they like the white dial or that dial. And that's almost a coin toss. They're both very nice. But this one is a standout. That's a stalwart piece. That one, no ifs, ands, or buts. I've seen that watch in person, and that would be the one that I would go with. Okay, I like easy decisions. Here in Wyoming, I don't wear helmets, says Derek. There you go. Good evening. No half helmets. Get a showy. Let's see. Thanks, Carlos. Great call. Good idea, says Kyle. Our wags, don't be a wimpy. We expect you for the whole ride. Oh, what did he say? He's going to do partial ride? Let's see. He probably has a Harley. Grand Seiko need to up their photography game. I saw the SPGA 373 in the 80 today. Stunner. I totally passed on it by the website brochure. Oh my gosh, the photos that they have on their websites, and they look like drawings. They're not, I don't even know if they're even real photos. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Grand Seiko, their watches sell in spite of their marketing prowess, right? I mean, the watches sell just because they're so good. They certainly don't sell because they know anything about marketing. Rolex is the opposite, right? Rolex, they're masters at marketing, and the watches are okay, right? But Grand Seiko, the watches are fantastic, but their marketing is not so much. Okay. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks here. We're going to have to wrap this puppy up. I live about 120 miles from Chicago. My Harley Fat Boy is resting in the garage. Yeah, see, I knew he had a Harley. Blue Carlos, I'm in. That is my watch, the Black GS. It is unbelievable. There you go. Yeah, you can't compare the drawings that they have on these websites to the actual watches. It's just not even a comparison. But Kyle, you have to admit, that piece with the rice bracelet there that's on screen right now, with the blued second hand and all, that thing is a stunner. You have to admit that. I would totally go. I need to get my motorcycle license, though. Kyle Jet says, anyone would be happy owning that black GS SBGX 261. I still love mine. It's the perfect size. There you go. Yeah, I think all three are good options, but I would go with the rice. Craig, did you ever get the new straps? They haven't come yet. I think he's still making them, because I asked him to send some in progress shots of them making the straps so I could share them, and I haven't gotten those yet. So, I've paid him the money, so hopefully I'll be getting them at some point. But I didn't tell him it was a rush job or anything. But yeah, I'm hoping to hear from HD Straps sometime soon. I'm hoping to get some in-progress photos. I'll send another email to him to jog him along a little bit, prod him a little bit. I admit the rice bead is better for sure. I'm just saying the 261 is a great buy. Yep, absolutely. I wonder if Steve has this model in stock, and if it and what the asking price is. Those are two questions I have. Does he actually have it in stock, and what is the asking price? Because I'm surprised if he has that piece. I'm surprised it hasn't moved. I really am. That's a very popular piece. I almost grabbed the 261. It says blue. All right. I think we're going to let you guys go. It's coming up on 6 o'clock, coming up on an hour straight up. Our Wag says, Craig, great show. Thank you, Carlos. Have a nice evening. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, by the way, wouldn't it be wild, me tooling down 66 on a Harley with the 002 and the FOPE on wrist? Would that be kind of wild? Huh? What do you think about that? Talk about heavy duty. GS Winter on wrist for the bike. Yes, blue would look stunning with the Winter on wrist. Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. All right, we're going to let you guys go. And thanks again for tuning in. It's always fun. Oh, check the email, says Lance. Lance is trying to extend the show. This is a last-minute extension. A last-minute extension of the show. So let's do this as we come right up on 6 o'clock, straight up. And there she blows. That is a nice looking piece. I have to say, this is a nice looking piece. Nice looking piece. I like it. I wonder how thick it is. Lugs are a little bit fancy and they kind of look like those kind of stuck-on lugs type of thing, but it's still pretty attractive. Still pretty attractive. And not a terrible price at all. What is the size of this? Let's see here. It's 2011. What is the size? I don't see what the size is. Very interesting. That's a lot of watch for the money. It is amazing the gold watch you can get for the money. You know, because people are just like going crazy for the steel watches, right? And they don't pay any attention to the gold. And this, I mean, that's just a heck of a good price, I think, for what it is. I'm in on 66, says Derek. There you go. All right, folks. On that note, we're going to wrap this puppy up. That's what we're going to do. Thank you all for tuning in.